This will be your patrol route. And watch your six. This place is haunted.
I thought, stories, whatever.
I felt like I wasn't alone.
And then things really got worse.
What you're about to watch is based on true events. Some details have been altered to protect confidentiality.
My name is Grayson, and I work the night shift.
At 0 hours, 21-year-old Grayson arrives for his new assignment.
I am a military police officer. I work on a military installation, performing patrols and civil services for the United States government. I can't tell you exactly where I work for security reasons.
Private Grayson reporting for duty.
Welcome, Private. This will be your patrol route.
If you've been on a military base, it's pretty bland, but my patrol is a very unsafe area, and this area was kind of left to rot. It looked more of relic, essentially. Forgotten.
There's no power in most of the buildings. You will need this. Get to it.
So when I started, they definitely had some rumors as to things that had gone on in the area, such as doors opening on their own and things moving on their own.
Oh, and watch your six. This place is haunted.
Some of the guys were jokers, so you couldn't take everything they said to heart. My duties would include security checks, checking perimeters, making sure nothing has been damaged. And I would patrol the same place every night. My patrols are done alone. Everything like that is on my own. As I walked through one night, I shined my light out and realized that one of the doors hadn't been opened. I never leave a door open. I checked, but there was no one else there.
And then the door opens again.
Had to do a double take just to make sure that there was no one there. You know 100% that there was no one there. To move these doors, you had to actually physically push with a lot of effort, and at that point I was in complete disbelief, complete shock.
What the?
As I'm standing there trying to figure out what is going on, I have no way of leaving. I have to just continue on what I'm doing. I continue, I push that door closed. The wind couldn't move the door shut. The area was so still. I then continue moving through this area. And I stopped dead in my tracks and I just stood listening. I followed the sound, this punching bag. It was right there in the middle of this building. It was swinging on its own.
What the hell?
I just give it a nice little jab.
How do you explain the door opening and the bag swinging on its own?
Walking through these buildings alone, it's very dark, plays tricks on your mind.
But what happens next isn't a trick.
I was walking through a different area, new for my patrol, and we had to exercise noise discipline, so we weren't able to make any noise. You're not used to this area, it's your first time out there, and you still don't know what to expect. It was very nerve-wracking. All of a sudden, this radio turns on by itself on full blast, scaring the out of me. This radio was hidden. It had not been touched for a while. It was covered in dust and dirt and debris. And when I lifted it up, there was no plugs for this radio to even be turned on. What these gentlemen had told me was happening here. I now had every reason to believe the stories that I was told.
Now, when that radio went on, in his fear, Grayson might not have heard that message that was trying to come through. A lot of times in EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, you really have to listen to the message in order to discern what it is that's there.
Adrenaline gets going, it pumps fear into you. I could not understand why this was happening. It's absolutely terrifying. I feel like every moment I was there that something was watching, every move I made. And all of a sudden,
Grayson, a U.S. military police officer, is on a new assignment at an abandoned army installation. Doors opening on their own, a dead radio coming to life, and then a presence. Grayson is convinced something he can't see is out to get him.
something metallic smashes me in the shoulder.
United States Police!
So I had this holy moment. I don't know what that object was that had struck me.
This is a restricted area! Show yourself!
This thing was physical. It attacked me.
Grayson can't use his training on something he can't see.
Whatever I was dealing with definitely had more power than I realized, whether alive or not. It's absolutely terrifying. I'm looking around and I can't find anyone there. There's no one there. And my heart is actually racing thinking about this experience. Man, I can't speak now. You guys got me nervous now. Sorry.
When you're younger, you're wide open. Spiritually, you're wide open. I believe at Grayson's age, he's very vulnerable to interacting with the spirit.
I was not alone in the human sense.
Grayson runs away from the sector he was attacked in.
There seems to be a presence following me everywhere.
Show yourself!
I hear these footsteps moving towards me, and I shout out, "What the f***?"
Who's there?
The entity is following him.
There's a noise behind me. And that's when I ran. I didn't want to be there. I ran as fast as I could to get out of that area. At that point, I realized I was dealing with a paranormal experience.
You have a job to do. You can't just run away from this.
It's nerve-wracking to be stuck in this position where I have a job to do. I have to continue doing it whether I'm scared or not, whether I'm alone or not. It terrifies you.
What's happening to Grayson is above his rank. He needs backup.
There's somebody in here.
Show me. Show me on the map.
This sector. Here.
I went back with my partner and we checked out the area to make sure that there was no one there. We searched around the building, we searched in the building. We didn't find anyone. I absolutely did not want anything or anyone to be in there. All my training could not explain what had just happened. I couldn't make any rational sense of this. I'm aggravated. I was pissed off, but I'm also scared. Am I going to get hurt?
I don't get it.
I told you. This place is haunted. Let's get out of here.
No longer did I believe there was an intruder. I believe there was something else at play. Some other force that I was dealing with.
Grayson wants the truth.
You gotta tell me what's really going on here, Sarge.
Another military police officer, long before your time, was killed in this building.
In my opinion, Grayson's run across a soldier that's passed on. When an earthbound spirit stays on this plane, your personality doesn't change in death. Getting hit with something is a little extreme. A dead soldier didn't like the cut of Grayson's jib and went after him. So in this case, you just have a bad seed.
The so-called bad seed steps up the violence.
One of the cups fell off the shelf. It fell straight onto the floor.
What the hell was that?
As these objects start falling off the shelf, I'm in a full-blown panic at this point because I'm stuck in this office. I can't move. There's nowhere for me to go at this point.
What's happening? You brought it back with you!
It seems the spirit of the angry soldier wants them out.
My partner felt that something had followed me into the area. Something came back with me. I absolutely believe something did follow me. I ran. Honestly, the fight or flight kicked in, and I ran. After these events took place, it definitely opened up my mind to a whole different world that I had no understanding of. Something could be there and just harm you. This place is creepy. It is beyond evil. I do have my fears about the things that these spirits can do to us.
My name is Dave, and I work the night shift.
Dave takes a new job at a large convention hotel in the downtown core.
I was the operations director for the hotel. My general manager, who's also a dear friend of mine, she asked if I could step into that role.
Working the night shift in the off-season gives the hotel an unusually quiet feel. Dave's job entails everything from overseeing the housekeeping staff to setting up conference rooms.
Just check the list. 408 needs to be prepped for a late check-in.
Okay, I got it.
He's been in the hotel business for more than 30 years and knows that most places come with a rumor of at least one resident ghost.
I had heard stories from some of the other employees there about this little girl they would see on occasion. And I thought, you know, stories, they're whatever. Then a few months in, some strange things started happening. I was working night shift. with a young lady. She was pretty new. She'd been there maybe a month. There was a stairway there that went down to an office area. Well, she heard the steps coming up.
Hello?
She said it was like stomping coming up the stairs. Well, the thing is, nobody was down there. That was all locked up.
Hello?
The housekeeper makes her way to Dave's office to report the disturbing sounds.
Hello?
But before she can get to Dave, something rattles behind the closet doors.
Hello?
You okay? Breathe.
The closet was rattling.
She said I heard the door shaking. She said I freaked out.
Easy.
Just check, please.
Just check the closet. Okay, sure. I'll get it. There's just boxes and stuff here.
I didn't... I heard noises in the stairwell, too.
Okay, we're going to have a look at that, too. It's okay, we'll check it out. Come on.
Although still shaken, the housekeeper cautiously shows Dave the stairwell.
I don't see or hear anything.
There was someone here. I heard it.
No one could have gotten in or out from down there.
Just take a break. You know, get a cup of tea or coffee and just
Yeah.
relax, okay?
Dave doesn't have to wait long until he has his own strange experiences.
I went back to work the next day, just everything is normal, and I was setting up for a convention. And I thought I heard something like a thumping. Well, the thing is, the room was all locked up. Nobody had been there since about 4 o'clock that day. I opened the door to the room, looked around. There was nothing, it was just an empty room. It happened again.
I put in your inventory request for the conference room. Are you okay?
Dave returns to his office to check the surveillance cameras.
nothing was ever captured. No one could have gotten in or out from there.
Despite what has happened, Dave tries to take things in stride.
I stayed on the job. I thought, maybe there's something, maybe not, but you just kind of try to put it out of your mind, go on about your business and do your job. And then things really got worse. I was setting up a small breakout meeting room. And something caught my eye. I looked over towards the doorway and I didn't see anything. I thought, It happened again, but this time it's a little different.
During the off-season, Dave is working as an overnight operations director at what appears to be a normal hotel. But then, he starts experiencing a series of unexplained phenomena, culminating in a frightening encounter.
It looked like a little girl's head peeking around the side of the door. And I thought, what? Did I see that? I freaked out. I just hightailed it out of there. I was so startled and just beside myself.
Dave starts questioning the hotel's history and learns a little something about the mysterious entity.
One of the rumors at the hotel is that a small child had drowned in the pool there. So I thought, maybe this is that child still lingering. At that point, I was like, wow, what these stories people have been telling me it's really happening.
There are several reasons why a spirit might linger after its death, but one of the most common reasons is that the person was not expecting to die. A quick death, and they suddenly find themselves outside the body, confused. Where am I? What happened? What's going on? Why is nobody looking at me and talking at me? Can they see me? Do they know I'm here?
After what he's learned, Dave seriously considers quitting. But jobs are scarce.
I've worked in hotels since I was 15. In that area, what I did for a living, you only had a few options.
In search of answers, Dave investigates the pool, which has been closed for several months, awaiting repair.
There's the water on the floor of the pool. It's very unsettling to hear that and think there could be a spirit there that is trapped somehow. And I mean, that's very unsettling.
I have to see this.
The housekeeper, he comes in and she's just totally freaked out. She had been feeding a family of raccoons that were living behind the housekeeping department.
What is that?
There's this video of these baby raccoons in a bucket. She thought she had only taken a photo. Then the video goes black. Well, that's where she'd put her phone back in her pocket. And if you listen to the audio of this recording, a few seconds in, you hear a small child's voice. I want to play this video for you. You're not going to believe it when you hear it. were no children present on the property, and to pick up a small child's voice on some random recording, that is remarkable. I mean, it's just amazing to me. I believe this is the voice of the spirit of the little girl I had been seeing around the property. I believe I actually saw a dead person, and now I'm hearing her voice right here on this recording.
Did you hear that?
And she was very frightened, and I told her to go home. I heard the voice again. I looked. There's the little girl standing across from the pool, just looking at me. She was staring right into my eyes. My heart about pounded out of my chest, just like instantly. Every hair stood up on me. I just got that fight or flight feeling. I had to get out of there. I was gone. I retired from the hotel business. I was in it for 40 years. I now work for a big box home improvement store.
Any ghosts?
There are no ghosts at my new job, at least not yet. I started out very skeptical about the others' claims of this little girl on the property, and now I'm definitely a believer.
My name is Michael, and I work the night shift.
Since graduating high school, Michael has been working the dinner rush at one of the longest-running restaurants in his town.
This restaurant was older. It was around for decades before I started working there. I worked my way up from dishwasher to eventually an assistant manager for the restaurant.
And like many old places, it comes with tales of being haunted.
I had spoke with coworkers about there being a ghost. There was a rumor that somebody had passed away in the restaurant. But there was nothing that I actually witnessed to make me think that was actually true.
But that is about to change.
Hello? Everything to our satisfaction?
There were some sounds that I couldn't explain, and sometimes customers heard them as well.
Thanks for coming. Have a good night.
I would just kind of shrug off as, oh, it's an old restaurant, it's just a piece of equipment or something like that. It's just the fans. It was just something that I took as part of working in this building.
But the strange occurrences are ramping up the later his shift.
There were also definitely times where I felt like I wasn't alone. One of the first times I can remember feeling like I was being watched, I was in the office in the basement by myself.
The time between 2:30, 3 in the morning is generally known as dead time, when paranormal activity is supposed to be at its heaviest.
It felt like there was something looking in the door at me. All the cooks, the dishwashers, the bartenders, they had all left for the night, so it was me by myself in the restaurant. When I went to investigate, I didn't know what to expect. I could feel the hair on the back of my neck stand up. There was nobody there.
He returns to the office to finish his closing duties.
It was just something that I had to put in the back of my mind.
Michael gets back to work and keeps quiet about what's happening.
You went back?
I was in college, needed the money, so I needed to go back to work. Kitchen was closed, all the money was counted and put away in the safe. And then something strange happened. I could hear clear footsteps above me. The office was in the basement, and the banquet room was above it.
Still in denial about the rumors, Michael assumes a burglar must be upstairs.
There absolutely is a potential for robbery. It was an older restaurant, so I mean, security wasn't that great. It could lead to potential dangerous situations. I peek around the corner to see if anybody's there. There was a large figure. It had eyes that were large black holes and a very long oval mouth wide open. I was absolutely terrified at that moment. I remember thinking all these stories that people have told me in the past, there is something there with me. It looked like a person, but it didn't look like a person.
A lot of times, with an incomplete manifestation, you may see an incomplete face, black eyes, but the rest of the body is intact. It's a spirit that's unable to control itself or be able to manifest completely.
After this horrifying experience, Michael can keep silent no longer.
You okay, dude?
Michael sits down for a drink with his colleague, Jason.
Can I tell you something?
He confides in Jason about what he's seen.
I go to the banquet room. I open the curtain. It's a ghost. It's a ghost right there, an old woman. She looked dead. I was so scared I ran downstairs.
I swear to God, the same thing happened to me.
My name is Jason, and I work the night shift.
Michael learns he isn't the only night shift manager to be haunted.
When I first started at the restaurant, I heard rumors that there were strange things going on. And I heard footsteps.
Jason ignores it and gets back to work.
I heard what sounded like a huge stack of plates just crash to the floor. That's when I knew that it wasn't alone.
Michael is working the closing shift in a restaurant known for being haunted. After a frightening encounter, Michael discovers his co-worker, Jason,
I swear to God, the same thing happened to me.
has a terrifying tale of his own.
I thought I was getting robbed. We had a large cake knife that we didn't need anymore, so we just stored it in the office. So I grabbed that to defend myself. I went out to try to investigate. I tensed up.
Somebody there?
My adrenaline was pumping. I got ready to have a fight with somebody.
Jason searches everywhere. No fallen plates, no anything.
I could not find a single thing wrong. Not one thing was out of place. It was at this moment that I really began to feel that this place is truly haunted. I was my pants. I locked myself in the office, finished my duties, and got out of there as fast as I possibly could.
Jason's story confirms what they both suspected.
We looked at each other instantly and knew the rumors were true.
I have no problem admitting that it scared the out of me.
That's really weird.
But who or what is haunting the restaurant?
There was a story of this one elderly woman who, during a baby shower, had a heart attack in the banquet room of the restaurant. That could have been the source of this paranormal activity.
If that did, in fact, occur, then that would, in my eyes, lead to some paranormal activity there.
We all have a choice when we die. We either go to the light or we choose to stay. I think the old woman stays at the restaurant and remains at the restaurant because that's where she was happiest.
But for these managers, the nightmare is about to get worse.
And there just happened to be a lull in the conversation. We hear things crashing.
You heard that, right?
Yeah. Both of us had heard the same thing.
I was super scared. We got up and started walking through the dining room.
I said we get the hell out of here. Yeah, I'm with you.
When I saw the thing in front of me, I just jumped back. I could hear somebody say goodbye. Goodbye. I was absolutely terrified at that moment. I literally ran out of the restaurant.
Jason is long gone. Michael makes a run for his life.
I just drove and I got the out of there.
Normally when you whisper goodbye to someone, you're telling them goodbye because you're leaving. I think she's finding it harder and harder to keep herself around. And that maybe she feels she just needs to go to the light.
It's very real still. I mean, to this day, I can picture this figure as if it happened last night. It wanted to make itself known to me, and it looked like it was trying to scare me, and it worked. I've never been that scared in my life.
I'm a man of science, so I don't just jump to the unexplainable first. But I believe it is a female entity that existed in the restaurant.
Before I started working at this restaurant, I never really thought about anything paranormal. And now I am absolutely a believer.